Caught in our web of dread and dreams, it's time again to hear the screams. Snapshots of fear in dead of night.
Turn back now!
As darkness descends in search of fright. From haunted guests and snarling hounds, a devilish showcase of sights and sounds.
Good evening, tiny human. I welcome you.
It's a spooky party filled with the dead.
No one has made it out alive.
So much to see, you'll lose your head. Scares in all sizes, big and small.
Give us your candy, now!
We've pulled some strings and pieced together it all. There's no escape, and you can't let go.
Dead men tell no tales.
It's Halloween at the Home Depot.
Bear witness.
This Halloween, he will reap what he sows. Hovering high above the ground, the 12-foot animated Levitating Reaper surveys his earthly hunting ground, seeking fresh souls and bringing death from above.
You are merely ants in my game of death and destruction.
Enormous hands clutch an even bigger scythe and staff, while tattered black robes conceal this grim ghoul. Against the dark of night, this floating phantom emanates an array of colors. Let them cycle with time, or select your scare with the hue most horrifying. Catch his ageless, lifeless eye, and the 12-foot animated hovering Reaper will tell you your fate. His head and jaw coming to life with realistic motion as he speaks.
You may attempt to flee, but the darkness shall swallow you whole.
This fright night, it's not the chill autumn air that cuts deepest. The 12-foot animated Levitating Reaper, only at the Home Depot.
Come further, only if you dare. For when trees have swallowed the sun, your eyes can hardly believe what horrors they see. Standing many times the size of your average trick-or-treater, the massive 12.5-foot Inferno Deadwood skeleton has torn itself from its roots. And it's ready to tear into you. Rich with realistic sculptural detail, its knotty, posable arms twist and twine outward, reaching for something more than candy. Its jagged mouth and hollow chest ooze with bright, color-changing LED light. Draw its attention, and two blinking, motion-activated eyes fix directly on you. He's rooted to the ground by a wide, sturdy base, ensuring he's dead and alive all season long. But do not expect an olive branch. This terrifying timber will snap you like a twig. The 12.5-foot Inferno Deadwood skeleton. Only at the Home Depot.
The man, the myth, the legend. The original 12-foot Skelly is back for more Halloween mayhem. Rising higher than a single-story house, this staggering stiff is what nightmares are made of. Its bony body, larger than life itself, is covered in realistic sculptural detail. From its horrifying head down to its 10 wiggly toes. Should he spot you, watch as its realistic eyes scan and blink. changing color, shape, and pattern. Use the included remote to choose from various effects and select your scare. One thing is for certain. This towering terror can't take its eyes off of you. For maximum mayhem, pair Skelly with its beloved best friend, the 7-foot Skelly's dog. But don't be surprised when your front yard becomes a graveyard. The original 12-foot Skelly. Only at the Home Depot. Hell hath no fury like its favorite hound, the 7-foot Skelly's dog. Measuring 7 feet in length, this petrifying pooch is starving right down to the bone. In fact, it's nothing but bones. From the teeth of its posable jaw to the tip of its positionable tail, go to greet this massive mutt, and its realistic life eyes start to blink, changing color and shape, swirling, spinning, burning, bulging, and exploding inside its sizable skull. Always man's best friend, dog is the dedicated companion to Skelly, our skyscraping signature scare. The two make a perfect pair, indoors and out, but think twice before you invite them in for a cider and snack. These gargantuan guests won't throw you any bones. They'll take yours. The 7-foot Skelly's dog. Only at the Home Depot.
It's the perfect night for some devious pranks. Indeed! You do well to steer clear of the 7.5-foot animated Trickster trio. These terrifying triplets have one thing in mind, and it isn't minding their own business. Their LED eyes glow a bright yellow, green, and red. The top terror is covered in sinister stripes, while the middle menace wears a punchy purple and gold. And the anchor antic is adorned in black and red. Be sure to watch your head as they goad you closer, swinging their heavy hammer, jaws open and closing with a realistic motion.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Hush, enough jokes.
Philip. Philip who? Fill up my bag with candy.
Display each some food separately for a carnival of coverage, or stack them up high, one on top of the other, for maximum that beast. However you handle this hand, you'd better give them what they want, or they'll make sure your bright night is an absolute swing on The 7.5-foot animated Trickster trio. Only at the Home Depot.
Go ahead and shoot. I'll be back. I always come back.
Some scares stay with you for years. Everything else is just child's play. As they say, you just can't keep a good guy down. Friends, meet Chucky.
I have had it. That's it. There is a limit to how much I can take.
Standing 3.5 feet tall, this freckled relic of the 1980s is everyone's best friend and worst enemy. He may look innocent enough in his striped shirt and overalls, but play at your own risk. The 3.5-foot animated Chucky is motion sensor activated. His head and body start to move, and watch this blue-eyed brat come to life. Just like in the movies, watch in horror as the dead-eyed doll wakes and begins to move, blink, and speak.
As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up.
But the 3.5-foot animated Chucky doll isn't toying around.
I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it!
This Halloween, there's a new kid on the block. And he's only at the Home Depot.
A living being! I've created life!
It's alive! But will you be so lucky? Better keep your distance from the 7-foot animated Frankenstein's monster. This not-so-gentle giant has broken out of the doctor's lab, and he's hell-bent on terrorizing the town one stiff step at a time.
Look out! Tie him up, quickly!
Under the glow of the moon, his frightening face radiates with blue LED light. Catch his blinking, motion-activated eyes, and the chase is on! His arms moving up and down, reaching for the nearest bone to break. From big bolts to even bigger boots, this living legend looms larger than life in a navy blue suit. It's a sight to behold, one that puts the mad back into mad science. And if he gets a grip on you, it may just be your last. The 7-foot animated Frankenstein's monster. Only at the Home Depot.
Come closer, weary traveler.
Lost, are we? Saddle up with Ireland's own nogginless nightmare. The 8.5-foot Knight Dullahan. In the crow-black night, his red LED eyes smolder like two hot coals. His menacing mouth and exposed chest radiate with rage. Rearing in excitement, this massive mare has glowing red eyes that give a ghoulish glow. Be the unfortunate one who captures their attention, and the two come alive. The horse's head moves up and down as its rider's arm swings wide. Head in hand, the horseman's jaw begins to move as he delivers one of 6 thrilling threats.
I'll give you a running start. I do enjoy the chase and earning my trophies. Time's up. Here I come.
If you're looking for a Halloween ride or die, you found it. The 8.5-foot Knight Dullahan. Only at the Home Depot.
Your doctor wasn't bad enough. Imagine peeking out your window and seeing this historically infamous doctor. He was known for walking through dark, narrow alleys and visiting his patients who were knocking on death's door. Our 7-foot-tall animated plague doctor has the terrifying, iconic mask that has haunted dreams since the 16th century. But we added an innovative twist with green EL wire and color-changing eyes, highlighting the haunting mask. We know the mask is enough to make you close your eyes with fear, but make sure you keep them open so you see the lifelike movements of this piece, with my favorite being the cane, which lunges forward to find his next doom patient. If all that wasn't scary enough, our Plague Doctor has a ghastly bedside manner with voice lines that will make you squirm with terror.
There is evil here. I will rid you of it.
If the Plague Doctor didn't scare the life out of you, I know encountering Captain Cuts on the high seas will. To capture the essence of pirates of old, we made sure to include the greatest detail possible. His first mate, Parrot, helps him target every foe before his sword strikes down his enemies in battle. Inspired by last year's fan favorite, Lethal Lily the Witch, we modeled his facial movements after her. Pay special attention to how the servo motors moved both the real eye and the skull and crossbones glass eye. These tiny motors capture the slightest movements to add to his realism. His eyebrows, beard, aged skin, and scars show how tough of a life our captain had on the seas. This piece has 5 lifelike movements, including a new swaying motion from his time on the water.
Here be another scallywag to join me crew.
Now that we have fully explored the fearsome foes of the 16th century, let's travel a few hundred years and see what the 19th century holds for our Halloween fans this year. Our inspiration for the next 3 characters comes from the scariest things lost travelers may have encountered deep within a European forest. First, we have the 9-foot-tall, fully molded murderous maple. With integrated color change LED lights, no attention to detail was missed on this piece. Whether you want a constant change of color, pick your favorite one to cast an eerie glow, the lights really accentuate the details our team put into the murderous maple. If you look closely, you may see some lost traveler souls trying to escape through the cursed bark. Next, we have the 7-foot-tall Victorian vampire. When you think Halloween, vampires are at the top of the list of iconic creatures. Our team has been working on this piece for a long time, trying to perfect our version of a vampire, and we couldn't be more proud of this piece. This classic villain can be the centerpiece of your display, or it can accent any collection. I love the detailing within his teeth, his eyebrows, and the realism of his clothing. His movements really make those details stand out even more. This well-dressed count also comes with 6 different phrases with a voice so chilling, it will keep you looking over your shoulder every time you pass by a haunting display.
Soon you shall lie there too.
This next feral beast is one of our most innovative and will be sure to strike fear in the heart of your trick-or-treaters and Halloween party guests. This is our Fear Valley Wolf. The Fear Valley Wolf incorporates our newest movement to be brought to market. We have utilized servo motors to replicate the snarling of a real wolf. As he gets angry, his lips lift to expose his teeth. His ears move back and forth, and his tail moves to show you that he means business. The exposed flesh amongst his thick black fur are battle scars from defending his top spot as the leader of the pack. A couple years ago, we introduced the world to our favorite bartender, Dean the Deathologist. And this year, we want to introduce you to one of his regulars. This is Jack of Spades. Jack was definitely influenced by a classic mobster vibe. We gave the skeleton a golden color to make him stand out from the other guests at Dean's bar. Make sure you study him closely for all the unique details incorporated into him. He has a lit cigar and a glass of bourbon that he raises to his mouth, a skull ring, and even an unlucky dead man's hand. What is really unique and innovative about this piece is customers can choose to have Jack standing, or they can use the included base to have him seated at a bar or their very own poker table. In 2019, I visited Prague and stumbled upon a marionette shop down the back alley. Their handmade, carved marionettes look so unique, they look like something out of a different era. Those pieces of art are what inspired this year's Marionette Witch. The hands and face are molded perfectly to give her a handcrafted look and feel. The strings bring life, but also hold her back and protect you from her spells. The only thing more impressive than her design is the value. We were able to provide this to customers at a price of $99. Another favorite of mine with a value under $100 is our Soul Slasher. This piece is the perfect partner for our Sitter of the Souls from last year's Deadwater collection. The Soul Slasher is an imposing 6.5 feet high. I love his arm movement and how he calls out his next victim. His haunting voice is a perfect fit to his frightening look.
What do we have here?